Everyday Superpower, where we talk body language, relationships, game, everything in between. Continuing on, teaching you the ins and outs of attraction and repulsion and its manifestation through the spoken word alongside the non-verbal, the body language, okay? If you're just joining me now, no problem. You're going to learn heaps of information, but I have left in the description, if not the comment section of this video, a link to the playlist where you'll be able to watch this series from the start. So let's jump in. We've just seen these two engage, and from here, I think we're going into a different section as to where, you know, there's going to be a question and answer. So this is going to be fascinating. Put the boys on the spot a little bit more. So let's see what goes on. Let me just make sure you can see this, yeah?
Maybe you could start doing impressions.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we left it off on a good shit test. Most definitely. I gave you an insight of that. Let's continue.
What was the longest
QA, straight into it. She's asking, what was
relationship you guys had?
the longest relationship you guys had? Now, let me put you on something. If you get asked this and you have been in a longer relationship, you know, something substantial relative to your ages and, you know, what you generally come across, feel free to promote the fact you've been in a longer relationship, okay? Now, there's a balancing act. That balancing act is if you've been in one relationship from your childhood years all the way up until now, then she might deem you a little bit inexperienced, okay? There is a balancing act, whereas, and we don't perceive these things in the same manner, so a man might look at a woman who's only had one sexual partner in her life and think, oh, that's bloody brilliant, but for a woman it might be a little bit different, you know. There's a degree of maturity, and she wants to know that other women have found you attractive enough to the degree where they have, you know, been secure to be yours, right? If you've been in a longer relationship, it shows that you are able to commit. And that is something, you know, she oddly doesn't want wholeheartedly because she always wants to chase you, but she wants to know that there's potential for you to be a good partner, and she's going to get all the proof she needs from your character via the other women who have dealt with you. Okay? I'm putting you on some game. It's like a job interview, essentially. If you go to a job interview and they say, oh, you've only been at these workplaces like 2 weeks at a time, they'll think, why the hell am I going to hire you? But if you've shown a substantial result in lengthier periods within different workplaces, they're going to be a little more trusting of you. They're going to be a little more likely to take you on. Okay?
3 years.
Speak it. No.
3 years, he says.
Okay.
3 years?
Yes.
And actually,
Andy hammers it in with a yes, dials it in. It's believable. He is in complete belief, right?
never been in a relationship.
Okay.
I have never been in a relationship. Red flag! Red flag! Such as the job interview. People say, when I first... How am I ever going to get a job? Because they're always looking for people with experience. And no one's giving me the chance to work. Do you see where we're coming from? That's straight up red flag. My guy's held a relationship for 3 years. He's been able to do so. She is stuck with him for 3 years through highs and lows, right? She's not walked straight out of the door. Whereas this next guy, no woman has chose him. This is economics, scarcity and abundance, right? That guy is scarce of getting any punani whatsoever. No women want to be in a relationship with him. Why should I be the one to lower myself to that level to do that? Okay, economics.
3 years.
Speak it. No. Okay.
3 years?
Yes.
I've actually never been in a relationship.
And if you listen to his voice as he says so, you hear the slightest tremble, right? Listen to his voice as he says so. There's an air of sadness.
3 years.
Speak it. No. Okay.
3 years?
Yes.
I've actually never been in a relationship.
Never been. Listen to the dip in the vocal tone when he says never been. Never been. Listen.
You guys had.
3 years.
Speak it. No. Okay.
3 years?
Yes.
I've actually never been in a relationship.
There's a sadness. There's a borderline tone of crying in his voice when he says that. Now pay attention, because these tiny little minute gestures and behaviors, whether it be vocal, whether it be the words people use, like little passing words, whether it be the body language, the tiniest things are the most important. The big expansive gestures are not actually as serious as the very tiny minuscule ones you catch out, the micro gestures, right?
Okay.
Never had a girlfriend.
I say, okay.
8 years.
And somebody sort of questioned, either he stated he never had a girlfriend or someone questioned
3
him.
years?
Yes.
I've actually never been in a relationship.
Okay.
Never had a girlfriend.
Someone mutters under his voice, never had a girlfriend.
8 years.
8 years.
Yep.
That's your wife.
No.
Go
Yeah.
find her. What are you doing here?
I used to be
That's your
married.
whole
I
life.
used to be married. I'm a divorcee. Yeah.
I used to be married. I'm a divorcee. Now, you would think, doesn't that make me repulsive? Not necessarily. That shows he's able to commit. That shows a masculine quality that others might not be able to do. Okay? He has shown through pre-selection that a woman is able to marry him, right? It's not a bad thing. And pay attention how she singled him out, pointed him out, engaged in conversation, in a way shit-tested him by saying, that's your whole wife, you need to find her. You would think maybe this woman is trying to, say you're not supposed to be here, you're supposed to be with that woman, but really she's uncovering information. She is digging into what he has said by this statement, which is what I've been telling you to do anyway, because these men are coming and asking questions. She's done the right thing and not ask a question, but make a statement. You should be doing this, you should be doing that. And now he is forced to react with information.
I used to be married. I used to be married. I'm a divorcee. Yeah.
I'm
So
sorry.
thanks for.
I'll carry you. I'll carry you.
Okay? She moves in. Attraction versus repulsion. She moves towards him. She enters his space. And this guy who's never had a girlfriend in the grey shirt looks like he's prepared to be his bodyguard and take her down. Look at how on edge he looks at her movements towards his space.
Yeah.
I'm
So
sorry.
thanks for.
I'll carry you. I'll carry you.
Thank you.
4 years.
5.5 years.
2. 2.5.
What's your big
Good run for these lot. Look at the odd one out. It's a bleak situation. It's a bleak situation. Imagine everyone's got years of relationships showcasing the fact that they are chosen men, and then you're there and you got no. It's a tough situation. It's a tough situation.
5.5 years.
2. 2.5.
What's your biggest red flag in
And the idea that they would say and a half is quite cool, because that showcases a attentive value to their relationships. I know it's not 2, it's not 3, it was 2.5. It was a part of my life, and I don't regret that because it was my choice. You know, you take complete ownership. Never put your ex-girlfriend down. It's pointless. I mean, as time unwinds, you can sort of talk about the ups and the lows, but don't go out of your way. Such as when you go to that job interview, don't go out of your way to really, diminish and put down your last job. It's your choice. It represents you. That woman is a mirror of yourself. Okay? Let's get to the next question.
5.5 years.
2. 2.5.
What's your biggest red flag in women?
Biggest red flag in women. This is going to be a good one. Let's find out, shall we?
If your music taste isn't there, it's not.
If your music taste isn't there, says Lee. But it's redundant. Who's the guy who women don't want? How much weight is his opinion going to matter? Because indirectly now there is an undercurrent of beggars can't be choosers. You got to deal with what you get, mate. Who cares about her music taste?
Not gonna work, you know. Hey,
You know what I mean? And now we're involving the conversation we had earlier. I was going to reference her, but I thought, well, he brought up the question with reason. Like, if he is into his music, I guess it doesn't necessarily just apply to their conversation.
hey, nothing against you, my dear.
My red flag would be like being unable to articulate or communicate her feelings.
If the girl is
Articulate or communicate her feelings, right? Welcome to the world of relationships. It's not that easy, is it?
not down to have fun, like let's say you're singing in the car and she's like, stop, like that's weird, or like people are watching.
Mine's probably laziness, because I like to be active and go out and
Oh, laziness.
do stuff. I mean, I get
Now that's a bit problematic. But then again, I'm not seeing through the eyes of the lady in this particular circumstance. I'll let you find out and wonder why saying that would be problematic. That means, would this man cast judgment on me for watching Netflix? Would this man cast judgment on me For it opens up these doors. Some men feel that it's good to be like a man of high standards and ambition and so forth. And yes, it is. It's incredibly desirable. But when it's a pressure that is applied onto the woman who isn't going to work like you because she doesn't have that drive, she isn't, you know, bursting from the seams with testosterone like you are. She doesn't share the same balance of hormones and inner chemicals that have you be a little less lazy, for lack of better terms. She might feel a bit uncomfortable with you saying that, you know?
Weird, or like people are watching.
Mine's probably laziness, because I like to be active and go out and do stuff. I mean, I get staying in, watching Netflix or whatever, but like, I like to go out and do stuff.
I think mine would have to be energy levels in terms of like if they can match you or not. And that's not always like 24 hours, but if they just can't ever hit.
I think he's talking about an earlier situation because look at the aggression here. He punches his hand. He forms a fist and punches his hand in an aggressive manner. Pay attention to this, people. When men form fists, it's to be taken very serious. Watch.
Energy levels in terms of like if they can match you or not.
If they can match you or not, he punches his hand in aggression. What does that mean?
And that's not always like 24 hours.
They all nod in unison. Okay, this is a mirroring behavior between the girls here. Let's see who
I
nods.
think mine would have to be energy levels in terms of like if they can match you or not. And that's not always like 20.
4 of the 5 mirror each other. They nod in unison. Whereas the tall lady, a little less involved with the group think here. She ponders, looks at him with a degree of skepticism, tries to work out and understand what he's saying.
24 hours.
When we talk baseline behaviours as well, if you've watched this series from the start, this lady here with the tank top on, she is in a perpetual state of holding onto her forearm up at the top. This will be regressive to when she was a child, right? And a particular parental figure, if not authoritarian figure, would, you know, look after her, shield her, have her known she's there by holding onto there, okay? That this is a body language, you know, baseline behavior from her we've seen from start to finish. Okay, the girl in the leather jacket was very fond of crossing her arms. She's loosened up a little bit, maybe a little more comfortable here when she's with the girls. The lady beside her in the red, she's always been relatively open, you know. So has the lady in the pink skirt. She's, you know, generally been quite open. Crossed arms here from the tattooed tall girl, which is, you know, she's had a barrier up for quite an extensive period throughout this. So over time, it's not just the minute little details you see pop up in real time. It's assessing and understanding who the person is over an extended time, all right? There's short term and there's long term where you can learn who somebody is and you can learn what barriers need to break down. Because let's say we're dating this tall lady and you see that quite consistently her arms are crossed. We're gonna have to break that barrier down. And we know, considering the extent of how long her arms have been crossed, engaging with all these different people, if we are able to have her reduce this shield-like manifest of her body language, then we have done something very special, and we should pay attention to how we've engaged with this person in order to, you know, rid of this shield.
But if they just can't ever hit that level of just matching your vibe, then it's not there.
What's your #1 red flag of yourself?
All right, self-red flags.
Lift too much weights.
Lift too much weights. Psst, fair play. He's got the people laughing. We're all laughing. We're all having a good time.
I love too hard and care.
I love too hard. And I care. And I care too much. All right. His running game, he's responded to a serious question with something quite light-hearted, something quite buoyant. Okay? But there's a fakeness that comes with it, right? There's nothing wrong with telling the God's honest truth and spinning it in a means which is attractive, because you can't go to a job interview and bullshit them, because they'll look, even though it's funny, they'll look at you as a liar. Right? Whereas if you go to that job interview and you tell them your weaknesses, but put a positive spin upon that, which is You know, that's what they do. Job interviews will say, what's your weaknesses? What do you deem your weaknesses? This is no different to that. Yeah, they're going to take you serious and give you higher rates and be more likely to take you on, give them the honest truth, because these women admire honesty purely because no man is honest to them at all, right? So you break through the darkness with your light, and she, alike the fly to the light, is attracted to you. But this guy's making the fellas laugh. He feels like the man right now.
I love too hard and care too much.
So tough.
Whoa.
I troll like insanely like a lot. So
He's a weirdo, him, isn't he?
Whoa.
He's
I
a.
troll like
He says, I troll, and he thinks this is the right thing to say. But in a way, his body language betrays him, because as he's speaking, his head is just shaking. No, 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 I don't actually do this. This guy's a robot. This guy's a robot, and I'm not going to go too deep in my actual thoughts on this guy, but yeah.
Insanely like a lot. So
They're all nodding. Look at the disgust on her face.
I don't know if y'all would be able to
What do you
tolerate
mean by
that.
troll?
Like
What do you mean by troll, right?
just mess with
Because
you.
I'm thinking internet troll.
And he says, I just mess with you. And we spoke earlier in regards to the guy saying he was the other guy saying he was a musician, and the negative pathways, the negative neurological pathways it opens up within the mind of the general populace, because these women aren't stupid. They've known enough musicians in their time. 0.01% of these musicians have actually made a substantial career out of it, and they now deem those who say they are a musician with those who are a failure, those who are a bum. So you need to reframe what you are as something that is within a higher frequency, right? He says, I'm a troll. What's your first impression of a troll? It is that of a negative frequency. It's a horrible individual. It's someone who projects and expresses inner discomfort upon others to get some degree of kick, to get and garner some degree of control or deluded control over a situation. A person who is not happy with oneself.
Troll. And I'm like, yeah.
Like if I find something that you don't like, I will like immediately.
Why?
Just to troll, just to make you mad, but playfully.
Just to make you mad. He's a psychopath. He likes fucking with people. He's an odd guy, this guy.
Not anything.
And if you are like this, and you're an innocent person, right, but you just can't talk to women, like this guy, you can say what he's saying, but reframe it and understand the words to say and understand what you need to put forward and what you might need to sort of minimalize in your character. Even though it exists and you're honest with it and you put it forward, but you portray it in a different way. The idea that you're a troll has a negative stigma, but the idea that you're a bit of a wind-up, I'm a bit of a cheeky chappy, you know, that's different. The women actually want that. The women want a guy who's, you know, can get on her nerves a little bit in a very healthy manner. She doesn't want a creepy basement internet troll who hides in anonymity. Which is quite funny wearing the bally. Maybe I am the manifest of the troll. You ever think about that? Maybe I am projecting myself right now. Ooh, we're getting deep. This is the Matrix, people. But hear what I'm saying, right? The words you use are powerful. As we've spoken of, you spell words. What you speak is a magic spell. You can attract or you can repulse. And the words you say have pathways that are engaged and lit up within the brain called schemas, dependent on what that person associates with that word. In therapy, they use word association games to understand the correlation of the individual's mind. If I say to you, I am like a father figure, and your experience with your father was disgusting and terrible and horrible, you will have a different reaction to me saying that and a different projection of your opinion of me as opposed to the person who's had a brilliant upbringing or the person who is pursuing a father figure. You see? Pay attention to the words you speak. Don't refer to oneself or one's actions as that which is repulsive to the woman. Pay attention to this channel. Subscribe to this channel if you want to learn more about that sort of stuff.
Well, maybe a little bit just to like push your buttons, but
Just a little giggle.
I'm always late, like everywhere.
I'm always late everywhere. Meaning I don't have control. Meaning I'm not a leader because I'm not first. Meaning I am not a go-getter. There's potential for me to be lazy. There's potential for me to be less than ambitious. There's potential for me to be a pothead because I'm late everywhere. Okay? I'm going to be late to my job. I'm going to get fired. I'm going to be late to come and see you. I'll waste your time. And I'm aware of this and I don't change this. This is a bad thing to say.
Yeah, straight up.
I was told
But it's honest, but it's a bad thing to say. It's a bad thing to say.
that I care too much.
I care too much. Are you over emotional? Do you get in your feelings? Do you get in your feminine? Do you care too much?
Like, I care a lot for a person when I am attracted to them.
That's a green flag.
Okay. Sounds like music to someone's ears, but in the act, it's quite repulsive because you start chasing them as opposed to the vice versa, and that's not the masculine position. A LinkedIn answer, he said, my man did the job interview subversion of this. You got to put some game on there. Let's keep moving, yeah? Let's go through this section.
I dance too much. I dance everywhere I go.
Now that's a good one. I dance everywhere I go. Do you know what good dancers have the potential of being? Good in bed, right? When two come together and dance on a dance floor, it is metaphorical for the dance of the floor of the bedroom, the floor of the bed. You know where I'm coming from. Good boxers are good dancers. Good dancers are good boxers. Good dancers are good engaging with people. Maybe you're flexible, you're fit, you're healthy, you're good breeding stock. Put them on the game.
Mine, I don't know. I'm a procrastinator, so like I'd probably plan something.
I'm a procrastinator. Not as bad as the guy who's always late, but it's within the same field, right? It's not about what you say you are. I'm a procrastinator, I'm always late. It's the underlying qualities it showcases or the potential of it amounting to in the future, because the attraction stems from her biological impulse to be with a man who provides her that biological masculine value she seeks within her feminine imperative. Okay? So it's not about I procrastinate. It's the fact that you're not getting to the resources. Come on.
Something last minute, like a date, or I'll be ready last minute, so we're kind of late.
I think mine would have to be I'm a little stubborn.
I'm a little stubborn. Not the worst thing. That's masculine position. I won't let you get what you want all the time. I'm not going to break down for you. I'm a bit stubborn. You might tell me not to go out with my friends, but I'm going to say, fuck that. I'm out with my friends. I'll do what I want to do. I'll push back. This is good. This is good.
I learned it from my dad. Sorry, Dad.
Learned it from my dad. I had a strong father figure in my life. He was stubborn. He brought me up. I'm in my masculine element. The mother in her is going to find attraction to you for the father-like quality. The young girl in her is going to find attraction to you for the father-like quality. She is going to see you through her now self, her present self, as attractive because you represent the masculine in relation to her feminine. We don't want a stubborn woman. No one fucking wants a woman who pushes back. That's not her job. It's your job. You have to be steadfast on your purpose, moving and being able to resist pressure.
Good answers, guys.
Yeah. Do you ladies feel like you have enough information to go off of to make your decision?
I had it.
Oh, no.
Ladies feel like you have enough information.
Do you have
to
enough
go off of-
information? She starts playing with her hair because now is Judgment Day.
Decision?
plays with her hair, releasing a little bit of the warmth off of the back of her neck, right? Men do this as well. They run their hands through their hair, allowing a little bit of hair to go to the scalp. In doing so, she's also pacifying herself, as such as the air to the scalp stimulates the nerve endings. The playing with the hair stimulates the nerve endings.
Oh no.
I had it a while ago.
She said, I had it a while ago.
Oh no.
I had it a while
Which means she might be burying this tall guy. She might have to bury the tall guy.
ago.
Right, we're moving onwards. I'll see you on the final video, yeah? Like and subscribe as always. Peace.